Hi, everybody. It says I'm live right now. I've never done this before. And since September is a month of action for me, I'm doing it now. I don't even know what to expect. I don't know. I can't really see. I can't really see who's watching or any comments or anything like that. But I'm just going to go with it and share what I wanted to share with you today. And let's see what comes out. So, my purpose in going live is to share this manifestation ritual that I have been doing since I started my spiritual journey back in 2010. And it's all because of this book. I found this book at a bookstore at Borders, actually, as I can tell by the sticker on here. When I was with my aunt, we went to this bookstore in February of 2010, and it's called New Moon Astrology by Jan Spiller. And when I started the Life Aquarian podcast, also in 2010, my very first episode was sharing this, and I contacted Jan's team to see if they would be okay with me sharing it. And they were. Sadly, Jan passed away a few years after that, but I was so inspired by her practice that I continued doing it. Only I've made a little modifications as I've progressed in my own manifestation journey and learned how to tweak a few things, because those of us, and if you're watching this, I have to trust that you know about manifestation, you understand the basic laws and rules of it. And really, words are everything. Words are very, very powerful. And Jan believes that too, but I'll tell you her way, and then I'll tell you how I tweaked her way. So the basic rules for doing this are really, we want to create a list of wishes based on, it doesn't have to be, but we're going to be inspired by the energy of Virgo and what this sign symbolizes. And I kind of see all of the zodiac signs as superheroes, and they all have their superhero powers and abilities. And so Virgos are organized, they're efficient, they're very practical, they're good at maintaining a routine, health, they're very stable and perfect. They have an eye for perfection. They're able to see how everything's put together. And because they can really drill down to that level of detail, they can see immediately when something is out of place. So for this reason, they get this reputation of being a little nitpicky. They're not trying to be. This is the sign of service. And the way that they serve is by helping others be their very best. And one of the ways that we can be our very best is to see where there's room for improvement, where things are out of alignment. So that's something that Virgo is really good at. So now that we're entering this time period where Virgo energy is very strong, this is a really, really great time for us to start thinking about things we want to call into our life and attentions that we want to set around organization, consistency, building sustainable, healthy habits that can carry on even past this Virgo season. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. So rules for the road are this. You definitely want to write your wishes. This is my manifesting notebook. I have been using this for a while now, and I'm about to have to get a new one, but doesn't have to be fancy. It could just be a piece of paper, but you're going to want to date that and hold on to it, because as things start to happen and manifest in your world, you might be wondering, well, where did this come from? Because something that people don't always speak about when it comes to manifesting is, in order for something new to be birthed, the old has to fall away. So we can set an intention. I want this new thing to come in. I want this new job. I want this new living situation. And so when the old stuff starts to crumble, it can feel a little scary, because it's like, wait, what happened? I'm calling in this. I'm calling in better. Why is this getting worse? Well, it's not getting worse. That's just a perception. it's falling away, it's leaving, it's making room for the new thing that you wanted to come in. So we really need to celebrate those changes when they happen, because it's really just confirmation that the new is being birthed. Okay, so anyway, we want to write. We want to write these. We want to hand write these. There's so much power in putting that pen to paper and just kind of pushing it through, and we're pushing that energy through. Very powerful. So yes, I know a lot of us are keyboard warriors and we type really fast. The temptation might be there to type these out, but don't do it. Get your pen, get your favorite pen. My friend Dina even uses blue ink when she's manifesting. Oh, she has a reason for this. I can't remember. Something about the color blue, black. Like, I don't know. I'll have to ask her again. Maybe I'll bring her on my podcast. She can tell us. I'll have to talk to her. Dina, if you happen to be watching this, if you're passing by, hello, shout out to Dina. Okay, so write these down. You're going to want to write at least two wishes. We want to do more than one because we want there to be enough energy and momentum behind our intentions to push them out into the universe, but no more than 10. So we want there to be just enough, but not too many, because if you have too many, the things start to get scattered. And that's kind of how my brain works, because I want to do everything. I'm interested in so many things. And so it can be easy to like want to wish for everything. We want to get really, really clear. So I'm just going to, before we get started, I don't know if you're following along with me. I don't know if you're going to be writing this down. I'm not really sure, but just take a little moment, take a deep breath. And I like to just call in, connect to my guides, my heavenly concierge, as I call it, my higher self, and just ask, what is in my highest good to intend right now? What intentions are going to lead me down the path of my highest good, where I will be happy and fulfilling my purpose? And then Jan stresses the importance of how you write this wishes or the wishes. And this is where I tweaked it a little bit. So let me give you an example. Let me just pull up Virgo right here. So how this book works, I mean, it's a good book. I recommend adding it to your library. If you're into the astrologies, this is a good one. And it even has a whole section on North Node, something I'm also very interested in. But what she does is she lists the different categories. Yes, I have tabbed this thing. She's listed the different categories that Virgo rules: physical health, diet, exercise, work, efficient organizing, clear discrimination, helpfulness, order, and relaxing perfectionism. So she has some sample wishes underneath each of those categories. But listen to how they're written. I want to easily find myself attracted to and consuming only those foods that are low fat, low calorie, and healthy for my body. I want to easily find myself doing aerobic, yoga, weightlifting, etc. exercises for a minimum of blank hours a day, blank days a week. So the thing is, when we manifest from a place of I want, that implies that we don't already have it. So as I progressed on my journey, I realized I wasn't comfortable writing, I want to easily find myself. I wanted to write these wishes in an affirmative way, stating that I already had them now. So I have changed it up a bit in how I write these wishes. And so now I'm going to give you a few that are written in an affirmative way, such as, I maintain a balanced and healthy lifestyle that nourishes my body, mind, and spirit. My daily routines are organized and efficient, supporting my overall well-being. My living space is clean, clutter-free, and reflects my inner peace. I I consistently, I was going to say constantly. I mean, that would be cool too. I consistently make choices that enhance my health and vitality. I communicate clearly and effectively, fostering harmony in my relationships. I am in tune with my body's needs and respond with loving care and attention. And these are just some examples. So when you go within and you really think about, are you wanting to be more organized in a certain area? Are you wanting to show up more consistently in some way? I know that I've been wanting to get back in my workout routine. That's something that's important to me. I do the daily walks and all of that stuff. I've been able to be very consistent with that, but it's the toning and the strength training and that piece of it that I used to be on top of. And when I was feeling so good about myself and so good about my body. And that's really something that's very important too with health, is it is the cornerstone to everything. Because when we're feeling good, we have more energy, we're feeling better about ourselves, that spills over into every area of our life. And then how can we not improve? How can everything, if we're lifting up and rising up, everything's going to rise with us because we're raising our vibration, and we don't attract what we want, we attract who we are. So taking care of your body is the most fundamental piece to getting what you want. Taking care of your body, your mind, your soul, that self-care, so important. Virgo is one of the best times to really get clear on what that looks like for you and start deciding how you want to call more of that into your life. Part of that self-care is also taking care of your environment, clearing the clutter, getting organized. It feels so good to be organized. It feels so good for everything to be in its place. So these are things that I'm thinking about. I am also creating a challenge for myself in September where I take action on my dreams and goals every single day, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 1 minute, a little action every day. I'm here today, totally unplanned, just going live. I don't know where this is going, where this is streaming. I'm using a streaming platform, a streaming software. Never used it before, but here I am. I'm just doing it. I'm just taking the action. I'll learn from this and I'll move on, and I hope to do a little bit every day. So that is just a nugget of what I do. I've held classes where I share this more in depth with people. I may be doing this again in the future. I just wanted to give you a little taste of my manifestation exercise in case it inspires you or helps anybody else out there. So if you're watching, thank you for being here while I experiment, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you.